The dress is in the box, here's everything, why would I lie to you? Come on, man, you are really killing me here. And then I burst into tears. So rule number 2 is do fly by the seat of your pants, and especially in extremis. So I'm here, I'm married, I have no really usable skills because I've only just graduated from uni. And every night I had a little job in a national newspaper on Fleet Street on the telephones, and my job was to bring up people in the Daily Mail and persuade them to advertise their property in the Daily Express. And it was very, very soul destroying. And every night my husband would say, "So, how'd it go today?" And I go, "Oh, what? It was really bad, you know, it was really, really terrible." And so he'd say, "What do you want to do then?" And I said, "I don't know." So rule number 3 is you need to have a plan. If you're not happy in your job, if you need to go somewhere else, do the good things in a list, do the bad things in a list, weigh up what you want, what you don't want, what you're looking for, what the lifestyle is, and try and tailor it that way. You're never going to get exactly what you want, but don't go in there going, "Oh, your elevator's nice and the canteen is good." You know, you want to have a much better plan. Anyway, things went on like that, and I decided to go to law school. And I was quite old at that stage, and I had children, and I needed to do what's called a training contract. So for you lawyers out there, you'll know what that is. And in my day, it was called articles of clerkship. But my son, who was in nursery school, had a friend who had a father who was a partner in a little 2-man band in Islington. And that's where I got my articles. So rule number 3 is do nurture your contacts. You don't know who in this room is going to give you the opportunity to do something else, or give you a piece of business, or give you some work that you can really make something out of. My interview for this place was very, very odd. I came in, there was one of the partners was sitting there, and he looked like one of the Muppets, you know, the purple one with anyway. And he said, you know, "What did you graduate in, this, that, you know, the usual kind of background stuff." And then he said, "Would you mind singing a medley of ABBA songs?" And it was like, really? You know, I'm 36 years old, I cannot do this. He said, no, go on. And so rule number 5 has to be expect the unexpected. You don't know a little googly somebody's going to throw you, a client, a fellow co-worker, your boss. You just don't know. And I was with that firm for 15 years, and I did my articles, and I became a partner there, and you know, I built up my practice doing family law in mainly a legal aid firm. And then one day I realized this environment is not for me. I want to do family law, but I don't want to do it one flight up. I want to have a different environment. And so rule number 6 is that change can be very good. Don't be afraid of change. Rule number 7 is that you do need to make life choices. So if you're having children or a family, or you need to move up north, or you need to move down south, or they're moving you to the United States, or to the European office of whatever, you need to factor that into how that's going to work in your life. And sometimes you need to give it a go. And if it doesn't work, you need to know when to say, actually, this is not floating my boat. I need to do something different. And my final rule is don't be afraid to take on new challenges. We're all faced with them every day in our working lives. Some of them are Everest, and some of them are just like a little hummock on the side of the road, and some are somewhere in between. But don't be afraid to put yourself out there and try something a little bit different. So the tips are, you may think you need Google Translate, you may think you need a brain transplant because you just don't know what's going on, but be a sponge, absorb the good stuff around you with the people you work for. Play to your strengths. okay, whatever they are, and develop them further. Look the part. Now, I can only relate it to women, but what a working woman does not want to do in a professional setup is look like a working girl. Be confident. Even if it doesn't come to you naturally, you know, the person in front of you is asking for your help. And you need to at least put across that you are there to help in whatever it is, whether you're investing their money, or you're doing their divorce, or you're doing their tax returns, or whatever. Sometimes these things require a tiny bit of bluff, and when you get out of the meeting, you ask your managing partner or whoever it is that's above you, you know, your supervisor, I wasn't 100% sure, can you help me with this? But what you don't want to do is say, oh, geez, that's a really tough problem. I don't know. You can say, I can get back to you on that. I want to think about it. There are ways of not knowing without exuding sheer terror. And after all, you are client-facing. You are at the end of the day. Network, nurture your contacts, and get involved. Because I'm sure that in your firms there are loads of initiatives that you can get involved in and help yourself to grow as a person. And that's my 3 things.